Ladies, listen up. We know you can't stand it when us men get a little bit lazy in the nether region, and there just doesn't have to be a special occasion for smooth balls. Never has been keeping your balls fresh and clean been so important and easy. With the Turf Chopper 3.0 from Smooth My Balls, you'll receive 8 hours of use off of a single charge. Use it wet and dry. Thanks to its 100% waterproof enclosure, and every trimmer comes with an alloy polish blade to back its no-scrape technology, meaning you won't nag or nick your nuts. Smooth My Balls offers worldwide shipping, a 30-day money-back guarantee, and 24/7 report. Guys, this is a no-brainer. If you go to smoothmyballs.com/WAD, that's WAWD. I'm going to say it again, smoothmyballs.com/WAD, WAWD. Also use that promo code WAD, and you'll get 15% off your order today. 15% in savings. They're going to add that on automatically. You won't regret it. My balls have never been smoother. Right, Megs? Okay. Here we are.
What up?
Megs?
Do I push the intro now?
Go ahead.
Okay,
Let's
great.
get it.
Push that intro, Megs.
Boop, 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 boop.
Do like other podcasts, like, do you know if they don't do the intro music in like the episode?
I don't think so.
How do all the other podcasts start?
Hey Babe starts with them singing a rendition of any old song and then ending it with Hey Babe. Tiger Belly, they just throw it on in post as they're talking.
Yeah.
And then they just pick a spot to start.
Yeah. Maybe that's what we should do. I don't know. I like it in the episode just because it's one less thing that we have to do.
It is one less thing, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, here we go. This is episode number 6. And as you can tell from the visual already, Paige and Sarah aren't here because I had plans for a guest. And of course, we know the world is the world, and those plans fell through. And so that guest is not here. She's going to be on a later date, but obviously it was too late to bring everyone back in. And so we got Kodak here. He's back from being sick last week, and Megs is our betting presser today. Megs, say hello.
Listen to that.
Good. Say. He's not sick anymore. Just so everyone knows, he's no longer sick. Megs, hit a button one time real quick.
Oh, wait. Let me find one.
Hit him with
Okay,
it.
got it.
That my best friend. She a real bad got her own money. She don't need no.
So Megs is over there, Kodak's over there, Sarah and Paige, they are at home sitting, probably waiting for this episode to come out to see what they missed. So we're going to jump right into it. Listen, we're going right back into Batch Weekend. I know Sarah wasn't impressed by the playlist. Part of the reason why she's not here this week.
Said, nah, I'm out.
And so Kodak's here, and he didn't get to experience this, so we're going to play the game again on Spotify, Batch Weekend, Lucy Gold. And I decided I'm gonna reach out to her, I think, and see if we can get some sort of comment or inspiration or something from Lucy Gold on this playlist. I think she, yeah. So
I liked it. As I was editing, I was like, oh, these are hitters.
Okay, but did you listen to any of it except for what last episode was? Okay,
no.
So,
there were a couple misses. If we're being honest, there were a couple misses.
That's what I said. There's the 5% is a miss, but they added to it. So I'm on my phone, I'm scrolling, and literally for the last week, all I've been listening to is this Batch Weekend playlist, like working and everything. So we've added music to it. I don't know if they took some away. I don't know what the exact numbers were last week. Megs thinks they're kind of the same, but...
it was 460 something. 460. And then when I looked it up, it was 471. So right. They added a few.
But when you had it on your phone, it said over 28 hours now.
Yeah, and I think... it might just be the size of the screen or a media query or something that it's showing 24. So it's 28 hours now, 471 songs. So Kodak, do you want to pick a number or hit the shuffle button and have Meg skip a couple times?
Let's see. What number comes to mind? How many are there? 471. 376.
376. So hopefully we don't land on anything.
Let's
new.
go.
Listen, I think this is it. I was listening to this while I was working the other day.
I mean, if
and-
we're ever at a wedding and we don't know what to play,
Oh, I'm definitely...
pull up Batch Weekend, baby.
I'm definitely pulling this up.
Let's
and I mean,
go.
go ahead, play it.
Oh.
Go ahead, Megs. Come on. Megs, there should be a slider on there with a little iPhone icon on it on the mixer. Is that all the way down? Take it up. There we go.
There it is.
I mean,
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
Don't miss.
I love bad bitches,
It's not.
that's my fucking
It don't miss.
it doesn't miss. And I mean, ASAP Rocky, Drake, and 2 Chainz. I mean, come on.
Hold on. What's the next one?
You don't get better. What's that number? Hit it up.
248.
248. ASAP Rocky, Drake, can't miss on that.
I mean,
248.
we might as well play this game at weddings. Like,
just have guests give us numbers. Ooh,
oh, I haven't heard this song in so long. I used to love this song,
what is
actually.
this song?
It's been a really messed up week.
Yup.
7 days of torture, 7 days of bitter.
Hey,
and my girlfriend went
hey,
cheating on
hey,
me.
hey.
She's a California dime, but it's time for me to quit her.
Say.
La la la,
Whatever.
la la la. It doesn't matter.
Hey.
La la.
Cut that before we get taken down.
Hell yeah, another hit. Another
That's what I'm
hit.
saying,
So far,
don't
we're-
miss.
We're 2 for 2. Let's do 2 or 3 more.
Oh,
Hit
okay.
me with one more number.
Let me go. 183.
Ooh, we weren't sure about that 3, but we.
I know.
And I mean, come on.
Oh, come
dude.
on. It don't miss.
Listen to me. I don't think I know this.
Throw some auto-tune on my
That'd be
Hey.
I ain't even know it.
Ain't know it.
Ain't know it.
Know it.
Take the car here to the stage.
Hey.
Nigga thought.
Throw it. Hey.
Throwing
Hey.
that ass
Hey.
for days.
Booty going up. Where?
I ain't
Hey.
got no problem
All
spending
right.
all of my.
Cut
So,
that.
do you know I had this thought the other day because T-Pain just released a new song, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember what it's called or who it's with.
I am a
But-
huge fan of T-Pain.
Dude, I think
A huge fan.
T-Pain might be one of the top artists of our generation.
I 100% agree with that statement.
Do you know his story? Like before he signed the record label,
Wasn't he? He might have been a DJ down in Florida. Maybe I heard that.
That I'm not sure of, but I know, and I just saw it because it popped up on TikTok the other day. He had 2 offers before he signed to a record label. One was to the big guys, whoever, MGM, Sony, whoever,
Big
music,
boys.
whatever. They were offering him like something absurd, like a $3 million contract, and then the other offer.
That was back in the I'm Sprung days right there, baby.
The other offer was from Akon. He said, "Bro, I got $90,000. That's all I can give you." And I said, "I will do everything for you to
It's
make this happen."
Akon, no.
And it's Akon.
Locked up.
And that's that's what he did. He went with Akon, and now he's like number 1. It's T-Pain. The whole T-Pain story. Look it up. He had like $0.
He was one of 2 discographies I've ever downloaded. You remember like a discography, everything this person has ever made?
Yeah.
Him and Johnny Cash were the 2 discographies I've ever
2.
owned. I had like 900 T-Pain songs.
Yeah, dude.
Stuff that people have never heard, should have never heard. But I was just engulfed in T-Pain. I love it.
And when I was driving, I was thinking the other day because I was listening to this playlist and a T-Pain song come on because there's plenty of them on here, and it took me back. And man, buy you a drink days.
Come on, man. Well, let's talk about how much he got played. My man was out here on everybody's song, making everybody's song hot, and then he just got known as like the auto-tune guy. And then it takes years later for him to come out and just sing with no auto-tune, and people are like, "Oh, he can actually sing." And it's
Dude,
like,
have you heard him? Have you heard him sing without autotune?
Probably not.
Dude, he's
good.
He doesn't need
I mean,
it.
it's been so long. People don't realize, we know from recording and stuff, you have to sing in a certain way and talk in a certain way for the auto-tune to actually work. So I think after years of just doing that, and he was probably a good singer in the first place, but just years of doing that, it almost, when you hear it, it sounds like he's using auto-tune. Right. And now any pre-recording has a little bit of auto-tune on it at least. But he's just such a good singer, and nobody ever gave him respect.
No, and they really
And now
don't.
everybody's using auto. It's on everybody's song, everything.
Yeah, auto-tune. I mean, that was the thing, right? The thing. All right, hit one more number, and then we're gonna move on.
Bang, 33.
Megs never scored faster in her life.
I
We're
love
going to number
it.
33, and of course,
Dude, nothing but the hits. Hey.
you throw this on at a wedding, boy.
Ooh. Yeah. Hands are hitting the ground. Booty's hitting the floor.
Slow down, grab the wall, wiggle like you're trying to make your ass fall off.
Hey.
Gonna think I wanna smash
Dude, and
speed up.
I just said this to Megs, I think like yesterday probably. I think yesterday or the day before about $5 pitchers at BMAX.
Oh boy. What was that one? The Rocket Pop. The Rocket Pop, baby.
What did I say? Rocket Pop. You had cranberry juice, some blue shit, and vodka on the bottom.
We would get twisted.
You had...
Boy, I don't know about you, but I would just be in the middle of the dance floor just not knowing what's going on. Just
Bro, I remember I was so gone off of a Rocket Pop one time. I went down to the dance floor, found like 3 people I know, and started doing magic, right? This is still at the time. This is like when, like Drunk Levi magic first started coming out. Dude, and this was also when you could still smoke inside. Like this is how long, this is like, and this was like the end of that whole thing. Because
we started going around when they were like stopping that. Yeah.
Someone, and out of that group of people that I started doing magic for, someone had a cigarette, and I was drunk. I was so gone. I said, I've seen like Chris Angel do shit with like cigarettes before. Let me do my. I said, you almost done with that cigarette? He was like, yeah, basically. Grabbed it, put it out in my palm. Took a lit cigarette, dude.
You know what? I remember you doing that.
Put it in my palm. You might have even been there, bro.
Levi used to do weird stuff and then be like, it's all in your mind. It's all about the power of your mind. Levi used to never wear a hoodie outside, and it would be very cold. And I'd be like, yo, what's wrong with you? He was like, cold's all in your mind. And he'd be like, okay, man.
Because
you could just wear a hoodie, though.
Because it is, essentially. It's a mind state.
But you know what? I still to this day remember that. And sometimes, like even riding the bike, just the other day riding the bike, going 45, it started hitting me the cold. And I was like, damn, I'm a little cold right now. And I was like, nah, it's all in your mind. Push through it.
YouTube.com/magician Levi Sparks.
Hey.
Nah, you won't. I
was going to say,
I don't think that's
did you cancel it now?
No, it's some of them are still up there. So yeah, I think it's I don't remember what we were talking about.
I don't either. Can we
okay.
talk about when we were in high school, all these like the dance craze, all like I mean obviously jerking was a huge thing, but then all the stuff that like got off of that, like the cat daddy.
Play number 35, Megs.
35. Yeah, I just saw that.
This came on for me today, and as soon as I heard it, I was like,
Check this out, baby girl. Why don't you check out a nigga?
You gonna make me get up?
Man, I go to work. True winner. Jeans skinny like Squidward. Looking for your girl. Just missed it. Then my cat daddy and I took it down.
Hey.
It's cold. I'ma call it winner. Swish it full of niggas. Daddy call it dinner.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, the playlist is great. Listen, I'm gonna try to get this.
Hire us for your wedding. You're gonna see a lot of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. And speaking of hiring us for your wedding, we're gonna get to that here shortly in this episode.
All right, yeah,
so
let's actually get to the list.
Stick around for that. So, Bam Margera is in the news again, and I didn't want to talk about this earlier, just because, and then I realized some other things happened.
Sad.
So, we all know Bam. Bam, Viva La Bam, MTV, Jackass. Everyone knows Bam. He's been around since, I don't even know when all that first started on MTV. Probably early 2000s?
I would say early 2000s.
2001s, maybe?
Had to be, yeah.
Yeah. And inevitably, just long story short, Bam's best friend, Ryan Dunn, died. We all know Ryan Dunn. If you know Jackass, you know Viva La Bam. Which sent our friend Bam into...
Damn, this is taking me back right now. This is taking me back.
But this is where it all stems from. And if I don't hit on it, we won't know the whole story.
Oh, man.
So after Dunn died, Bam struggled. He went on tour as like a musician, and he was just basically drunk 24/7, due to his best friend passing. Probably something that we would all go through if our best friend passed away. Fast forward to 2020, I believe it was when it started. They started filming Jackass 4, new Jackass movie coming out. And they said, Bam, if you want to be in this movie, we need to get a handle on your drinking, your drugs, everything, blah, blah, blah. So on set at Jackass 4, basically Knoxville and Jeff Tremaine, who's the producer of all the Jackass stuff, always has been, always will be, basically said, hey man, we're going to do random drug tests. You cannot take any pills. You cannot be drinking. We're going to be watching you. And they basically gave this man an impossible schedule between acting, doing the movie, living his life.
Man.
And he explains it. There's a video of him explaining it, and we won't watch it. But I mean, basically what happened was rehab and the doctors gave him 1,200 pills to take to counteract the effects of all the drugs and alcohol. But those 1,200 pills led him down 1,200 pills.
Well, I mean, let's just take a step back from that. I mean, this guy has been a celebrity since before he was 20-something. And not just a regular celebrity, a celebrity for doing wild shit. Right. Like, literally, that was what they were known for. Even before the Jackass days, they were doing their own videos. That's how they all got seen. Steve-O was doing his own videos.
Yeah.
Bam and his crew, CKY, were doing their own videos. So they all had their own little thing. He grew up in like this just mayhem. Yeah. Straight up mayhem, not normal celebrity mayhem. And then, I mean, sure, a lot of them have done well for themselves. Not really. Johnny Knoxville has done well for himself.
Google Johnny Knoxville 2020. Like, take it. And this is the last point of the story. Just circling back to Knoxville. He, this is it. This is his last film. He's done with Jackass after this movie comes out, which is obvious because this picture that Megs is about to pull up is. He is old. That right there.
Look at him.
Click on that top story right there.
Look at him.
He
Silver Fox, baby. Oh, damn.
Tall, skinny, and gray.
Whoa, that's more than a silver fox. I wasn't expecting him to like
that. This man does not have any business riding a bull.
Me and him got the same body, bro.
In a shopping cart, dude. This is what you're gonna look like in
that's
like 20
gonna be
years.
me. Yep, me in Knoxville.
There's me with the reflector. Someone else taking your photo. I mean,
well, let's talk about it. We grew up in the Jackass era.
Google him. Give me his age real quick. Yep.
We grew up in the Jackass era. That literally the reason my body hurts so bad now.
Backyard wrestling,
but straight up just doing wild stuff because other people were watching, and because I thought like that was cool to jump off of stuff, to front flip off of stuff, knowing I wasn't gonna land. Yeah. And of course, I'm 16, so my body's just like, yep, no problem. We're going to feel this in 20 years. But dude, don't worry about it right now.
We all did it. We all saw Bam and their friends going down a hill in a shopping cart or a skateboard. And thought,
many skateboard accidents. Yep.
My dad's got a camera. Let's go to the back alley and film it. I mean, it was... And dude, so Knoxville's only 50.
We never even filmed it, so it wasn't worth it. My body just hurts for no reason.
Right.
He's 50 years old. Oh my God.
Only 50. Because if you think of like a 50-year-old, like what do we say? Jennifer Aniston, she's over 50, right? She's banging. But like if you look at Knoxville at 50 years old,
can't let it go.
Dude looks like he's 80.
Banging.
Homie looks like he's 80.
Oh yeah, that was rough. I wasn't expecting that.
Jackass and the show and the brand, it just destroyed him. You can scroll down.
I mean, he broke his
He broke his dick.
He broke his dick.
Damn.
One of the few people I know of to do it.
Damn. That's. Yeah, I mean, and all that torture.
Fucking extreme, bro.
Okay, let me tell you. Could you imagine? Okay, I say, hey man, June 12th coming up. We have a wedding. We're doing DJ photography. I tell you, hey, we're going to Historic Acres venue, and you walk in with your camera. You got your backpack on. You're like, yo, sports, ready for the day. And then you walk through the doors, and around the corner comes a giant boxing glove with
my God,
flour on it and knocks you on your ass.
I would love that. I would love that because we grew up in that age. I would die laughing. It would break my body 100%. My body hurts right now thinking of it, but I would love that. Oh, and you would have to get it on film. Oh, man.
Do you honestly think I would go to such elaborate
Well, see,
prank?
that's the trauma I have. My body hurts like crazy, and we never even filmed it. I can't even watch it back and enjoy it. Nothing.
Oh no, I'd be, and I know for a fact as soon as you get up, you'd be like, so where's the wedding?
Oh, yeah. Like, all right. Okay.
Where's the bride and groom?
Here we
I guess
go.
we gotta get to work.
My body's going to hurt for a week, but
I rented the whole venue just for this bit.
no, I would love that.
All right.
What do we got?
Big news this week. Amazon, they just purchased MGM Movie Studios for $8.45 billion with a B as in boy dollar deal. $8 billion.
It's a lot of money.
What would you do with $8 billion?
Oh, this is a loaded question.
It is, because if you give me the wrong answer, I'm calling you out.
Okay, so what would I do with $8 billion? I would, see, I don't want a mansion. I would buy a nice little chunk of land. I would buy like a double wide trailer and stick it right in the middle of it. And then plant trees all around that bad boy so nobody can see what I'm doing.
Like how many acres of trees? Are we talking one,
Well, see,
two?
I get really worried about acres because I've never experienced what an acre is. So when I hear acres, I just think of mowing grass and that I'm going to have to mow the grass at some point.
Yeah, but fam, if there's trees, you can't mow the grass. If you make a
That's
forest
a good
around your house.
point.
Okay, but if you have $8 billion, you could also pay someone to mow your grass.
Yeah, you're not thinking big enough.
How do you stay rich?
Stock markets, high yield dividends.
By not paying people for shit you ain't got to pay them for.
Okay, but when you have 50 acres of land and the grass needs mowed, I don't think by the time you get it all done, you're going to start over and do it again.
You got a point. You got a point.
There's-
you got a point. I'd
there's
probably hire
certain
somebody.
things
I'd
in
hire
life.
my brother. My brother's always looking for a job. I'd help him out.
Wayne, we need your 6 businesses.
Oh, Wanya, get over here, hop on the tractor, baby.
I need you to build me a pool. I need you to mow the grass.
I mean, straight up, I would just, literally my whole goal in life is to just kind of have everything I need in one
Chill.
spot
Yeah.
and just chill.
Yeah.
Obviously, you still got to go to the store and stuff. But even with $8 billion, I'd probably just have everything delivered to me. Nobody would ever see me ever again.
Okay. Or back to your how do you stay a billionaire question, you invest a chunk of those billions in your very own grocery store, Chick-fil-A.
I'd have to give you $1 billion or $2 and just let you invest it for me because I told you I'm not good at that stuff.
We're putting $1 billion in Dogecoin, baby.
Let's talk about Dogecoin again.
to the moon.
I'm not good at it.
No, we're not.
Nobody's good at it now.
Hey, we're not talking about. We won't. You know what? Because we have to talk about crypto every episode. Hey, guess
We
what,
don't
man?
gotta, but
Sheets just partnered with a third-party company. Coming soon to all gas pumps near you. Buy your gas with Bitcoin, baby.
also the prices are going back up. Good time to buy the dip. I know these terms now
The only reason you know these terms is from this podcast.
from editing. Yep.
So Amazon buys MGM Studio, huge deal for them, which means if you have Amazon Prime, this is another thing too people didn't know. If you pay for Amazon Prime, you get everything that Amazon has to offer just about. You get Amazon Music, you get Amazon Prime TV and movies, and like a handful of their other services that a lot of people don't know about. So
That's a lie.
you probably can't
It's a lie.
what?
Okay. I have Prime Video.
Yeah.
They just like, so we watch a lot of like shows for Link.
Yeah.
Those little lullaby shows, whatever.
Yeah.
1 week they'll be free on Prime. Yep. And then the next week you got to like buy it with your Tubi subscription or some other weird subscription. So they just be, and then the next month it'll be back on there. So they just be playing games sometimes. This is like Netflix. They just be taking out the good stuff. And then, of
Okay.
course, I'd be like, well, he got to get the bird lullabies because, you know, he just won't sleep without it. So
You pay for it.
purchase.
Right. That's interesting. We don't use Amazon Prime for TVs and movies, and I always want to log on just to see what they have, and I honestly never
Not much.
do. So MGM has about 4,000 movies and 17,000 TV shows in their library, so you can expect a very high percentage of those coming to your Amazon Prime subscription sometime soon. The big ticket, the number one thing everyone's talking about, MGM owns James Bond. Another James Bond movie coming out this year. I know because of COVID, they pushed it back in 2020 and then 2021 and now this year. And it's a whole thing. So that one's still coming out. But But in walks Barbara Broccoli and Michael Wilson. And yes, her name's actually Barbara Broccoli.
BB.
I Googled it just to make sure. Now,
Barbie Brox.
Barbie Brock.
Barbie Brox. What up?
All right, so Barbie Brock, her and her brother Michael, they still own 51% of James Bond because they own the majority stakeholder of Eon Productions, which is just the sub company of MGM, which means Barbara Brock and her brother Michael have say over the actor that plays James Bond, the title of the movie, any spin-off TV shows or miniseries, anything, basically decisions that need to be made for the James Bond franchise. Barbara Broccoli has to sign off on. And they have been known to block actors, ideas, movies in the past. So if Amazon wants to, for any, I don't know, absurd, off the wall, doesn't really make any sense to the average person, wants to cast Idris Elba as James Bond because, hey, man, do it.
Do it.
And but Barbara Broccoli might just she might block that decision.
Isn't that wild? Like, who is Barbie Brox? Who is Michael Wilson? Michael Willie.
It just all goes back to money.
And then they could just like walk into the boardroom. Oh no, there's Barbie Brox. She just walked. Shut it down. Shut it down. I don't like the actor. I don't like the title. GoldenEye, get out of here. No way. Barbie Brox has spoken. Peace.
Yeah, dude. It's just who has control, you know? It's just the percentage.
I've never even heard of this lady or guy.
Me neither. And honestly, when I was looking this up, I thought, oh my God, how amazing. Amazon now has control of James Bond. They're going to do so much. We're going to get TV shows. We're going to get Idris Elba. We're going to get all these fucking things. And then later down the article, I read about Barbara Brox. And
do we really need, a spy series in 2021?
No, but I think just the name James Bond is just...
you know me, I don't watch movies or all the classics. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a James Bond movie.
I feel like we've talked about this before because I had mentioned about them casting, I know his name and I'm going to think of it before Megs Googles it. And his name is, it's not Sean Connery. It's not Pierce Bronson.
This is exciting.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig, there he is. Whoa, you got it right as she was pulling it up.
So and he hasn't been great in the last couple. Everyone says he's on his way out for the James Bond role, so we'll see.
I like him.
We'll see. I like him too. I just want Idris Elba.
So do I.
I want Idris Elba.
Let's be real. I love Idris, yo.
He's a kick-ass DJ.
Let's get him in there. It's time for a change.
Yeah, No Time to Die is the next.
I might actually watch the next James Bond if Idris Elba is.
If he's there, we're going to the theater.
That's a classy mother.
Let me ask you this. We'll switch up in a minute. What movie would get you back to the movie theater? And I'll tell you what. Last time Megs and I were actually in a movie theater, it was
A Quiet Place.
Quiet Place. Figure out what year that was for us, Megs. A Quiet Place. John Krasinski, Emily Blunt. It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's very, very good. And the number 2, I think
that's 2020.
Number 2. No, that's number 2. They're promoting that now.
Oh, yep.
So 2018 was the last time Megs and I were in a theater. When's the last time? What was it? I think was it Jumanji 2 with Halsey?
I think so. I think Jumanji 2 was probably the last time. Mm-hmm. Yep. I just don't leave the house that often in general.
Yeah.
So going to a crowded place where there's a bunch of people sitting when I'm doing this thing where I'm just trying to focus and enjoy, it just doesn't seem like it goes together for me.
Yep.
So I'm not a huge fan of the movie theaters in general.
I told Megs, I said, we probably won't go back. They're open now. It's a thing. They're open again. I told Megs, we probably won't go back because they're still doing... And I forget if it's AMC or if it's Regal or it might be both. One of the main movie theater brands is doing just a thing where for $150 you get the whole theater.
Oh, so now I like that.
You get 15 friends, it's $10 each.
I like renting places out. Mm-hmm. I like to be the only person at the skating rink
Yep.
That's what we do, man.
We rent shit out.
I don't,
here
not even
on
to
this
sound like that,
podcast.
man, but like if it's a
We
little
rent it out.
$200 to rent it out for 2 hours, yup, I'm on that. I don't want to be sharing with nobody, man. I want to be skating around, let my kid run around the whole rink and not have to worry about nobody.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, that's how, I mean,
The same with the movies.
and so we might do it depending on when it comes out and depending on where we are with him in the world of him. Hotel Transylvania is coming out with a 4th movie.
Oh, okay.
We all just, as a family, Ollie included, watched the trailer. He loved it. And so if he's in a good spot and they're still doing it, I might just rent out the theater for Hotel Transylvania 4. You guys can come, Sarah and Patient. I mean, anyway, fuck, whoever.
I don't know what it would leave, or Link used to love 3, Hotel Transylvania 3.
That's where Ollie started.
But then something on the that train scene, like one of the first scenes when they're on the train, something in that scares him so bad, and now he freaks out every time we watch it.
It does get loud. It does get very loud when he brings out the fire.
Which is weird
and
because he'll watch like The Grinch and any other like high tense situation. He loves it. When people are getting hurt in movies, he's dying, and we're like, okay, we got a serial killer on our hands, but okay. But the Grinch scene where
Yep.
doing all of that, he's dying. He loves that. But
Yeah.
then something on the Hotel Transylvania, nope, not about it.
So we might do that. I think if it works out, we'll do it. If not, whatever. But I just don't think there's anything that is coming up or that they could release.
You ever been to a movie theater with like nobody in there?
Oh yeah, plenty of times. I mean, I'm sure
You and
throughout the
Megs
years
had a
we've-
date?
Yeah, we've gone on like a Wednesday night.
I think we
or
went
a
with my
Tuesday
parents or
afternoon.
like my brother, and we were the only ones
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm even talking about like younger. Me and an old buddy and our 2 ladies at the time. We just went to like the little $2 movie. Just
the
looked
$2, yeah,
at
the
looked at
$2.
any random movie, and we actually went to watch. But then when we walked in and saw nobody was in
you
there,
sat on this side, they sat on this side, bruh.
we didn't watch the movie. Not to even be like weird, but like we're just
No,
it'd be
no,
a
no, no, no.
16-year-old little
Bruh,
weirdos. But like I'm even that weirdo who doesn't take full advantage of the situation, and I'm like doing cartwheels down the middle of the aisle, thinking that's impressing the girls I'm with. Hey, they're already here.
Dude,
There's nobody around.
Let me tell you what, and I'll say this. Before COVID, probably, I mean, I don't know, whenever the last time we went regularly to the movies, like 2015, 2016, whatever, I'll tell you what, I don't know what happened, but Frank's and Regal and all the big boys, they switched up their nacho game. And when they did that, I didn't like it because they stopped using, the cheese at Turkey Hill.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Frank's and all the big boys stopped using it. They gave you this little cold cup of hard cheese with your nachos. And now Daddy could go to the $2 theater and for $1 get nachos and as much real ass nacho cheese as I want in my nachos.
I like it.
So I prefer the $2 theaters every day. 1, obviously, because they're always empty. And 2, they got the good nachos. And 3, we can get in there, watch the movie, get any snacks we want out of there under $15.
And they got movies you haven't even thought about in like 10 years. What you mean I can go watch Joe Dirt in 2020 at a movie theater? Thank you.
Oh, exactly.
I can
Yeah.
also watch it at home though, and I definitely prefer that.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, for sure. Guy Fieri,
Hold on.
my man.
Pause.
Paul.
I gotta pee. Really bad.
All right, let's talk shit on Justin while he goes in peace. Megs,
What?
here, go the other way so you don't have to go between the light and the. Okay, that's fine.
He's
Go
doing
that
it
way.
anyway.
He's too skinny. 40 minutes. All right, that's cool.
We
But
need to go back to Mexico and go to that Guy Fieri restaurant.
I know we're gonna bring it up. Did you know the donkey sauce is just aioli? It's just an aioli sauce. It's literally, I'll tell you the ingredients: mayo, garlic, Worcestershire, salt, and pepper.
I feel like we've talked about it before.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I found that out in research for this podcast. Very interesting. I thought it was special. And I almost made it my new sauce to collect from a restaurant.
Where are you going to collect it from?
Mexico. We'll just have to, I'll fly to Mexico 3 to 4 times a year, go there, order a side of fries with extra donkey sauce, and then fly back, fill up my bottle for the sauce, and then...
Well, I think there's probably Guy Fieri restaurants closer than Mexico that you could go to collect the sauce.
Probably. That's true. Donkey sauce, man. It's just aioli. It's disappointing.
Is that like his sauce? Is that the whole thing?
Yeah.
But they don't sell it like in the store?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I've never seen it. I feel like we would have seen it.
Oh, you mean like our stores?
Well,
or
just like anywhere.
The restaurant's gift shop or whatever. Maybe
they do it there.
Probably. I'd imagine. You remember how remember how dead set I was on like keeping the glass? And the lady took the glass off the table, and I said, "Oh no." I said, the menu says I get this glass. Mm-hmm. I didn't fly all the way to Mexico to come to this fucking restaurant not to get the glass.
I think you broke both of the glasses. I don't think we have either of them now. I think you broke them.
Currently, to this day, yes.
Yeah.
They're both broken.
Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So we don't have them anyway.
Yeah, we're just talking about Guy Fieri donkey sauce.
Donkey sauce?
You ever eat a Guy Fieri restaurant? Probably not.
No.
No, of course. No.
I didn't even know who he was till like 2 years ago. I mean, I like him. I'm a big fan. I like what he does.
So
I like he did all those gay weddings. Didn't he like marry a bunch of gay people? I'm not bullshit. Look that up.
Stop everything.
Wait, hold on. Find the nearest one.
Yeah,
you're making me nervous.
Okay, find the one nearest me. Open a new tab.
It's Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Maryland.
Maryland.
Oh wait, it says it's closed.
Temporarily closed. Oh, the Poconos.
Wait,
The Poconos.
Oh, there's one in the
there's
Greensburg?
a couple MPA.
Okay, so
We
there's
should
plenty.
probably go.
There's plenty. We're gonna go. Wait a minute. So Kodak just said Guy Fieri married a bunch of gay people, which
I'm telling you, you're gonna be upset with yourself for not knowing this.
For not knowing this. Gay marriage, Guy Fieri. Okay, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Same-sex marriage. Guy Fieri officiates
101 gay weddings.
Wow.
Boom.
Click on it, dear.
How did I know this and you didn't?
Damn,
2015.
I was gonna say that was a while ago.
That was a minute ago, and we love the gays on this podcast. How did I not know about this? Dude, I have 2 entirely amazing gay pride outfits to wear on this podcast because in about 3 or 4 days, it's going to be Pride Month.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we should have worn them today.
June. No.
Oh, no, for next
week.
month. Okay,
next
yeah,
week.
I got you.
Yeah, we'll get you some.
It's a home month.
Dude, Amazon's gay pride merch. Oh my God. They have one. It's literally the Gatorade logo, but it says gay Gatorade.
Oh,
It's fantastic.
I love that.
It's so good.
I love that.
Dude, so okay. Host Food Network, Star Drives and Dives officiated a mass wedding ceremony in Miami, Florida on Saturday for 101. Okay.
So it was one occasion.
So he didn't do 101 individual weddings.
Let's not act like it's not as cool.
Yeah. Okay, so then
Still
it says
pretty
celebrity
cool,
chef
guys.
and Florida native Art Smith, who has cooked for Oprah Winfrey and former Governor Bob Graham, organized a giant wedding in Miami Beach, writes the Associated Press. How fucking cool. In 2015, someone said, hey, let's get Guy Fieri to officiate 101 same-sex weddings. I mean, come on.
I mean, how cool is it that Guy Fieri was like, I'm going to officiate 101 gay weddings? Boom. Didn't we got our first one, right?
Hit a clap.
Hit a clap.
Hit a clap.
Clap for Guy Fieri.
We just booked, yes, our first one for next year.
That's so exciting.
So excited for that. I'm so excited. Anyways, Homeboy just signed a 3-year deal with the Food Network that is paying him $80 million with an M dollars. $80 million. For 3 years of work, which breaks down into 20, 30, 25, 26, 27, somewhere between 26 and $28 million a year is how much he's getting from the Food Network. He is now the highest paid celebrity chef on TV, surpassing our good friend Gordon Ramsay, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
But
That's interesting.
We
That is interesting.
love Gordon Ramsay just as much. I'm sure he's in the top 3. He has to be in the top 3.
I mean, I imagine he'd be next after Guy Fieri.
Yeah, I'd
for
imagine
sure.
so too. Here's some fun facts. Diner Drives-In Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives has 33 seasons with a total of 419 episodes. They could play it until the world ends.
So do they just do one diner an episode?
No.
No?
Have you never watched Diners?
Dude, I don't watch anything.
This
a
man,
shame.
That's a goddamn shame.
It is.
I watch comedy stuff. Like
yeah,
that's like
you're
it.
right. You're right. So, okay, here, and I feel like I did this for you a couple weeks ago, but this is how every episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives starts. What's up, guys? My name's Guy Fieri, and this week at Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, we're in Minnesota, and we're rolling out right here on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. I'm here with chef and owner-operator of...
I'm just going to clap for
We're
you.
going to get
Sorry.
flagged. That was so good. That was such a good
here with owner,
impression.
chef, operator Bob Graham, and he's whipping up some gnarly concoctions.
So I see where you got your intro from, Guy Fieri.
What's up, guys? My
What's
name's
up,
Guy
guys?
Fieri. So the show's been on since 2006, and this $80 million 3-year deal comes from the fact that in 2020, last year, during the pandemic, which probably has a lot to do with it, Food Network made $230 million in ad revenue alone on episodes of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So anytime you're watching Triple D, anytime you're going to Flavortown, anytime you're hopping in, what's the car he drives? Is it a Corvette?
I don't know him.
I
but
don't think it's a Corvette.
It's something, it's like a Mustang or something. It's some sort of Oldsmobile.
One of those old cars.
Google it for us, Megs. They made $230 million.
So what exactly does that mean? Is it just from like commercials playing? Mm-hmm. And does that have to be like people are tuned in during that commercial?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't mean that people are necessarily tuned in. It's a Camaro. The car he drives is an old school Camaro.
A Camaro.
No, what that means is for the times that Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives
you just can't get that out.
is on screen, Food Network will go, hey, AT&T, Buffalo Wild Wings, Comcast,
But it doesn't.
whoever.
They don't like keep track of like how, obviously they keep track, but like the ad revenue doesn't depend on how many people are watching at the moment.
It does not, from what I understand about TV ad revenue, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the moment how many people are watching. What matters is afterwards. So Food Network can go and say, hey, in 2019, from January to May, 190 million people watched Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So if you want to get in on the second half of 2019, first half
it's like
of
a projection,
2020,
yeah.
They say, we need $5 million for this ad spot because we know for a fact that 20 million plus people are going to watch this show.
I got you.
So they use the metrics from last year to sell their ad spot. So shit ton of money for Food Network, shit ton of money for Guy Fieri. And
did you know that he started cooking at 10 years old?
How, Justin? How did he start his food
Because
journey?
he grabbed a pan out the cabinet and put it on the stove and put a piece of butter in there, and that he was cooking. That's cooking for you. Going to Flavortown. Boom.
It's the wrong button. Sorry.
Yes.
At just 10 years old, Guy Fieri goes on a family vacation to the beach, like most young children do. And his parents, for the first time, gave him a soft pretzel. And his love for this soft pretzel on his family vacation transitioned into him going back home. And so as soon as he got back home, as a 10-year-old boy, he hopped on his bike, went to the store or gas station, wherever he sourced it. I don't know if he made them. It'd be really impressive if he made them. He probably did. And then he started going door to door selling soft pretzels. So there wasn't a pan with butter in it.
Now, are there pictures of him going door to door selling soft pretzels? I don't believe it. Do you ever hear these stories and you just think like, I just needed to come up with some weird, interesting way that I started cooking? It couldn't just be, I was in the kitchen, I smelled something my mom cooked, I really liked it, and it was interesting what she was doing, so I was like, hey, can I help?
As in legitimately, like all the like.
It's just weird to me to
like whenever,
pinpoint a time, exact a time
Right.
when food became this. I've been eating food for 10 years, but these soft pretzels at the beach this one time really
That's
took
what
me
did
over
it.
the edge, baby.
Interesting. Yay. Maybe.
I don't want to ruin Guy Fieri for you or anything.
Yeah, don't cancel Guy Fieri on this podcast. Certainly not. He's still.
He officiated 101 gay
I
weddings.
know. And maybe because of that fact, and we're in the wedding industry, he'll come on this podcast.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
All right, let's get Guy Fieri on. Megs, make that happen. You're a new button presser, so you got to get all of our guests and everything on here and do all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
No, thank you.
okay.
No thanks.
So Guy Fieri, we're moving on. We're gonna switch these two around. So Megs yesterday, Megs was in a rare mood, and she basically just went. She went off on the fact that like we can't really trust anyone or anything, and how do we like believe these certain things that we're told? And like even if we're told by like our parents, who's to say that like their great grandparents didn't make up this lie and now it's trickled down through the families? And like even though your mom says, and she doesn't, but even though your mom says, hey, all sunflowers are yellow, you know what I mean, and that's like been brought down, how do you know that there aren't other colored sunflowers in the world?
It's true.
Well, how deep do you want to go? Because you could say, well, that color's not even yellow. Somebody told us that color was yellow.
Bro, she said the same
And-
shit. She said the same shit last night.
Yeah.
She said the same shit. It's like, what came first? The fruit or the color orange?
Oh. Damn. Okay, I thought I was going to have a good answer for you, but I don't. Damn, wow. I don't know because I wasn't born. So you want to know my take on it? You can't really trust anything that you haven't experienced in your own life. That's just how it is. And then even then, who knows? This thing here is called Harry Potter, complete 8-film collection, but it could be like the Godfather trilogy, and I don't know. But no, it's just
So until you
that's
open,
too deep. You're thinking too deep, Megs. That's too deep.
well then
But
she's,
it like just comes back to like nothing really makes sense when you start thinking about things, and that's what causes these.
we do me a favor, Megs. Go to YouTube and look up JRE clips. We're gonna play something from the last podcast.
Are we really gonna watch a Joe Rogan podcast?
Yeah, well,
clip on
yes, because it's not necessarily him. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Who am I looking up? Joe Rogan.
Man, he messes my mind up.
Yeah, Joe Rogan clips. That should be a channel. So then, okay, while she's looking that up, she pulled out this other thing. She said, "Did you know that 2 humans can accidentally make a baby?" Bro, we did it. You probably did it too.
You can just accidentally make a whole nother human.
You can accidentally make another human.
Oh yeah.
It's just wild to me.
Well, no, that is a good point. Well, animals don't think about it. Animals are straight up just like,
Bro, you want to talk about animals?
we're just mating.
You want to talk about
Maybe they do think about it.
You wanna talk
I don't
about
know.
animals
Maybe they're
and
like,
having-
hey, we need to reproduce.
having babies? Dude, this National Geographic Disney Plus series, that first one right there, Megs? No,
This
down.
one?
Yeah. So play that and then just pause it right away for me. Dude, Megs and I have been watching this Whales. It's like a 5-episode documentary on Disney Plus, and it's all about the whales. Like they talk about humpbacks, and then the next one's belugas, and the next one's like orcas and shit.
It's very fascinating.
Dude, these whales, bro. Listen to me. Everything the whales do is just because. How did I describe this last night? It's because that's what they do. When the
because
baby,
the grandmother taught it to the mother, who taught it to the daughter, and
Right.
then she'll teach it to her kids, and that's
and then what they're teaching them is, okay, sweetheart, the wave crashes and the sea lion goes into the wave, and that's when you eat the sea lion. And now, if you do it the wrong way, you get stuck on the beach and you die. And that's it. And that's their life. And that's what they know. And the
So-
mom teaches the baby whale how to speak and communicate and eat the sea lions.
This is a human thing too.
And that's it.
Think about indigenous tribes, just like that we've never heard of. They don't know anything about the outside world. They've been climbing trees on their feet their whole lives. Everything they know is their tribe. It was passed down from their elders.
Like those ones in Africa. Like if you step on the beach, they'll kill you because they don't know any
oh,
other
yeah,
humans.
yeah. But that's straight up. And they've had some experience where white man came to beach and fucked something up. Don't let him come on our beach no more. Anytime you see any other white dude, kill him. Like,
yeah.
And that sounds simple to us or crazy to us, but that's straight up. They're like, no, this is what we know to be true because this is all we've ever experienced type of thing, or all we've ever heard from the people we trust, our moms, grandmas, blah, 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 blah. This is what they've taught us.
Yeah.
So this is life.
Yeah. That's crazy. But then on top of that, and where I went with Megs last night, I said just those indigenous tribes and the whales, like it's all that same thing. But in our society, it wasn't up until 2,000 years ago, which is not a lot. I mean, 2,000 is a big number, but in hindsight, 2,000 years ago, not a lot. They, up until 2,000 years ago, 2 + 2 didn't equal 4. The modern human civilization created addition, subtraction, multiplication, and like that's just one example.
Well, that's where I say if you really dive deep into it, none of it makes sense. Why are there just a group of dudes in Washington, D.C. who can run my life who I've never met? They know nothing about me, nothing. But that's life. This is just what it is, what we know it to be.
And every 4 years we have a popularity contest where one of those guys becomes in charge.
Yeah, exactly. And then still has nothing to do with me on a day-to-day basis. If we're being real, they have no idea I exist. The things that they say today aren't really going to affect me today. It might affect me in a month or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that's just what we've been conditioned to be. That's life. The same way these indigenous tribes, they don't have that. They have a governing power, I'm sure, this one person in their tribe. But this is also, it's just such a smaller scale, but it's also the same thing in a way.
Yeah. Let's watch this video. I'm probably
real quick before I forget this point. I just saw this. Somebody said this the other day, and it made me think once I saw this. Why are we so interested in space when the ocean is right here?
5%.
Is right here,
5%.
right now. We have technology that's not going to burn crazy fuel. I don't know. Like I know what the hell we're gonna need, but
that goes back to the whole like whales documentary. So Sigourney Weaver is the one who is commentating the whole thing, and she starts out this episode we're watching the other night, and she says, "These are the beluga whales." They said they're so, and this is paraphrasing, they're so smart that even just hours after they're born, the baby calves already know the language of the whales. And these whales have a different language than all the other whales in the world, and it is specific to them. And I'm like, hey, Sigourney Weaver, how'd you know that?
Oh, well.
How do you know?
Any of that? I just saw something today where they were talking about like cooking lobsters live. I think it was Hey Babe. And they were saying like that they're not smart enough to feel pain. This is what these scientists were saying. They're not smart enough to feel pain the way we do. And it's just like, how do you know that?
They don't.
You're just trying to make me feel good about eating sea bugs.
Lobster, right. And that's the other thing too, because as soon as that happened, I turned to Megs and I'm like, hey man, they don't know that. But then she had a good point too. These National Geographic photographers and videographers, they got to go out there for like 3 years at a time, bro. They're not just out there.
They're the real heroes.
They're not out there like you and I at a wedding.
The photographers, videographers, they are they are straight up in the jungle.
Like, can you imagine going home to Halsey and she's like, "Oh, what do you have to do tomorrow?" And you're like, "I got to go back out to this glacier I was on. Because
I got to go dodge some lions in the savannah."
Right.
I got to go hide in the brush and hope I don't get my head torn off.
And let me tell you, you probably would have creamed your pants, but the lenses these National Geographic boys use on their cameras, boy, like this wide.
Oh yeah, I've seen them big bad boys
to hold it down. I mean, and Megs goes, she's like, "Does Justin have one of those lenses?" And I said, "Sweetheart, if Justin had one of those lenses, we'd be living in a multi-million-dollar mansion." and you wouldn't have to worry about a damn thing. Because if I can afford
I love
to
that
buy,
y'all was just watching National Geographic and Maze is like,
oh yeah,
does Justin have one of those lenses?
And that's exactly the way I said
I know.
yep. Because yeah, and I said if we can ever afford one of those lenses, by God, we're not living in this house.
No.
We
out.
All right, so play this video. We're gonna probably fast forward through some of the pieces, but
it's 15 minutes.
And in
we're-
another case,
we're not gonna
I
watch the
saw
whole thing.
it was a magpie, one of these
Pause
birds
it for me
known
for a
for how
second.
smart it is. There was
So just for people listening who aren't watching, this is Neil deGrasse Tyson, renowned scientist, physicist. He basically knows everything about everything. And the title of this video is Neil deGrasse Tyson's Skepticism Over UFOs, which up until this point, I honestly thought that he believed in them. And this video kind of just kind of breaks that down.
I thought he did too.
So did I. So go ahead and play it. So what he's describing here is this bird figuring out that
He's saying this bird is extra smart because it figured out how to drop pebbles into the water bottle to make the water level rise.
to get more water because he couldn't reach
It always kills me that people are so astounded by how smart animals are.
Right.
I had a friend growing up who loved his dog. His dog was a part of the family. And he used to say, oh no, she doesn't have a soul. I know she doesn't have a soul. She doesn't have a brain. She doesn't think. And I'm like, how do you look in her eyes and not think, oh, she's thinking things? And blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It just kills me when people think like, and I know they're obviously not as smart as us, but really we got these things called thumbs that made us apex out here. We just fucking everything up out here.
Well, so then and we had this conversation last night too. Megs was talking about she's like, well, where did humans come from? And
Oh boy.
And to explain it the best I could, I said over millions and millions of years, bacteria formed and evolved, and now we have living creatures.
Okay.
And my theory is based on where the rainwater and the chemicals from it came down and hit the soil, depending on what was in that soil, because the soil here is different than the soil in Africa, that created a new type of organism, which then created something like lions in Africa or monkeys in Africa. And that's why we don't have monkeys in the United States, because the soil and the rainwater and everything was different there. And this happens over millions and millions and millions of
Well, that's the
years.
hard part, is that we just have straight up no idea, the beginning.
Right.
And that's where people say it's a simulation, because the simulation is that there is no, like, you can't figure out the beginning. There is no solid beginning because it just started.
So what I said though was that
I don't believe that, for the record. I don't know what I believe, truly. I don't think that deep. I just go to work.
Hit play. Let's
Go to work and come home.
Yeah, me too.
every time we study animals, they're smarter than we ever thought they were. So maybe for our own ego, we kept building ourselves up,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
saying
Yep.
how separate and distinct we are as humans in the animal kingdom. Now, what's my broader point there about that I was making? I just distracted
Something
myself.
about UFOs.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get back to UFOs on that.
The fact that we have high resolution cameras in our pocket.
And then
take
this.
videos of things
This
that are
is-
very
this is
unusual.
where I want to end on this.
Exactly.
So this
here's
is-
video of a magpie doing Bernoulli experiments on a water bottle.
But we can't get
Who
one
would have
good
known
video of
that
a
even
UFO?
happened, right? Right. Okay. In the 1960s and 70s, there were many, many reports of alien abductions. People said the aliens came to me and they brought me in
Every
and then
time.
they released me.
Dan
Do you have any
Aykroyd.
footage? No, they took my camera.
Probe.
No, they zapped my film, and now there's no image on the film. But there were countless stories. Well, now you can stream
Right.
live
Pause it.
from your camera.
All right, so that's where we'll end there. And he basically just goes on to say that, like, and I just said this to Megs a couple hours ago, since 2007 is when the first iPhone came out. So for the last 14 years, the average American has had access to a high definition camera in their pocket. And yet the only video evidence that we have of UFOs or aliens or anything else, mind you, UFO defined by the government and Neil deGrasse Tyson
An UFO.
is completely different than what the average human would define as a UFO. UFO, the government defines it as an unidentified object, meaning they don't know if it's an alien. They don't know if it's from another planet. It could be from China.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know. It's just unidentified. So what he goes on to say is the fact that like all of these videos that the government has released, that people have released, that whoever has gone viral on the internet are all blurry, out of focus, black and white, security camera footage from the ship's naval camera that isn't that great.
It is interesting.
And so how come there's not an iPhone video that's full-blown HD, 30 frames per second, like we're recording right now, and we can't see it?
Man, I don't know. I don't know what I believe on that front. It'd be crazy to think we're the only things here and there, whatever. On that note, yeah, it's really weird. We don't have any videos of it at all. Nobody's. I mean, some people would say, well, nobody looks up anymore. I don't know. It's. I don't know where I'm even going with this.
Meg, do you think aliens are a thing?
I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's highly likely. I don't think it's impossible for there to be other life forms out there. Even if it's evolution, right? What I was saying about the bacteria and growing millions of years over and over again, it transforms and now boom, here's a human. If that's the case, there has to be scientifically proven another planet out there just like this one.
Which
that has
doesn't make sense to
the
me.
same weather, the same bacteria, the same rain, the same growth of time and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? And Joe Rogan has talked about it before about how like, and I think it was with Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that it is very likely that based on what we know about space and infinity and the time continuum, there's a whole nother Earth. It's like DC, multiple Earths.
Oh, so are you talking about like a multiverse type of thing instead of... See, so when you were first describing it, it more sounded like right now in our reality, if we just can't see that far, there is another Earth just like this one. Now, when you got to that point, though, it more sounded like a multiverse, like a whole nother dimension type of thing.
So the whole multiverse and the whole multi-dimension argument.
That's where I'm lost. That's so above me for real.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't even wrap my head around any of that.
I think.
Also, I've never done like hallucinogens or anything.
No, and I mean, but Rogan's all into the DMTs.
I should have done mushrooms at some point.
Yeah.
That'll be it. We could do mushrooms and then we'll be like, yo,
let's do
there's
mushrooms
another dimension
on the podcast. And
I don't think I want to do that actually. So it, yeah, so it just, I think, and Meg said this again yesterday too. She said, well, and I think this might be a probability. The fact that like, if there is a more intelligent life form out there, that they put us here. And this is just an experiment for them. Okay, so if you want to know, one of my very early, I used to watch Ancient Aliens a lot. One of my early theories was, because there's been different stages of humans. The Neanderthals, then there was other stages, whatever, before we actually got to human. No.
And the machine learning or like what?
No, I'm actually talking about like Neanderthals. Think about a Neanderthal,
Like
a caveman.
Yeah.
That was a human.
Right.
But that was like an ape human. Something happened that turned that Neanderthal into what we are.
Right. Something happened.
Some intervention. That's
switch.
where my early thought is the whole alien come down, mating, blah, 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 creating this. Because they used to say the whole like green guy with the big eyes, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you take a Neanderthal and a green guy and start mashing them together, it kind of starts to equal like what a human looks like. So that's where I might have blown your mind right now, but that was one of my very early theories was.
So you're saying, in a nutshell, we were cavemen, simple fire, not really created the wheel yet.
Ooga booga.
Ooga booga, drawings on the cave. Yeah. You're saying you think another society, we'll call them aliens, because that word is so misconstrued, but another form of a being came here, saw the cavemen, were like, oh, you guys are hot.
Let's experiment.
They started experimenting. They had a baby, and that's now human that we know.
I play a lot of games like starship games, blah, 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 space games, blah, 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 that have to do with some type of space something. There's so many. There's not just one. There's not like the greens or the grays or whatever we see, blah, blah, blah. There's ones that kind of look like lizards and blah, 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 and all that.
Like the Gardens of the Galaxy.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Every time we turn that on for Ollie, Megs is like, well, why is she pink? And why is he green? And why does he look like a human? Because that's the race.
There's a bunch of different ones.
It's like race.
So
it's like what we have here.
But we also, also have always heard of these higher societies coming to these lower life forms and kind of fucking with stuff. Either taking over or intervening in some way or blah, 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 blah.
Bro, you can't tell me that at that point in society that humans built the fucking pyramids, dude. You can't convince me.
And matter of fact, Neil deGrasse Tyson is the one who opened my mind to this. He said, I think it might have been on the Joe Rogan podcast one of the first times, he said, what kills me about that is we don't understand how they did it, so we automatically assume they couldn't have done it. But the fact is that this was a different time. They had different tools. They had a different understanding of how physics worked. The world worked around them. They may have been able to access certain things that we are not able to access in the earth.
Yep.
So that's where I say that we just don't understand stuff, so we assume so much.
Interesting. I like that. I think I like that. Like we say that the Egyptians didn't have the technology to build a perfect pyramid at the perfect North Point star, but
they obviously did.
But why don't we have that now?
Well, because
that's what else they say.
Things just get erased. There's these big gaps in history where stuff is just erased. We just don't know what happened then, where that information went, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
But it doesn't make sense. How did that happen?
But if you think about it like this, does that make sense? Because back then, if a group of Egyptians built a pyramid with no cranes or technology, and it just so happened that the pyramid was due north to the North Point star perfectly, that would have been, maybe back then, that was equivalent to the story of a woman hitting another woman in the face with 10 pounds of meat at Walmart. Whereas today, in today's society, that story is going to be forgotten.
Oh, yeah.
No one's going to remember the one lady hitting the other lady with meat at Walmart in 20 years.
Well, I can't think of any examples, but they're not even ancient Egypt, but there are other examples of periods in time where there's just lost time in these civilizations, and we just don't know why or what happened. But if you watch the Ancient Aliens and stuff, they've even digged up, I forget, there was one site where there was just a shitload of bones over this whole town. And they were all facing one way, and it looked like they were flashbanged. Like something really hot came very fast, and it hit them all at the same time.
Okay.
And it burned.
So a nuclear bomb went off and killed them where they were standing.
In a way, but in the time where that couldn't have been. Oh.
This camera stopped recording.
Damn it.
Sorry. I don't know when that happened. I've been trying to watch it.
So yeah, that'll kind of end that conversation. What were...
Aliens are real!
Aliens are real? Is that what we're ending on?
I guess.
I don't think
we'll revisit this.
Meg says no.
I don't know. It just goes back to what Justin says. I don't really know what I believe because my mind just can't wrap.
Right.
Wrap.
Well, I mean, what an ego it would take to be like, yeah, for sure, I know what the hell's going on out there.
Right. Exactly. All right, can you hit the drum roll button for me, please?
Oh, let's go. What we got?
The longest drum roll ever. We won, baby. For those of you who don't know, Justin and I, we own another business. It's called Sparks Entertainment, and we DJ, photography, video, photo booth, weddings and events all year long. if you know, you know. There's competitions every year, and every year people can vote and say who they think is the best in that area. And I am proud to announce here, for the first time, even though I'm not supposed to right now, I don't care. I'm doing it anyways, because guess what? My podcast. Don't care. Sparks Entertainment has been voted Susquehanna Style Magazine's Best of York County 2021 photo booth.
Boom.
DJ.
Boom.
Photography.
Boom, boom, boom.
All three, baby. We're getting a spread. They have the photos already. We've won. Hit the clap in one time.
Pretty exciting.
Thank you so much. If there's a gala, you know we're going to be there. Listen, we've been at it. We've been at it for 8 or 9 years now. We have done over 500 plus weddings, and this is great. I can't thank everyone enough. Thank you so much, everyone in York County. We do plenty of weddings there every year.
Yeah, for real. Thank you.
And best photo booth, DJ, and photography. That's a sweep. I'll tell you what, they didn't have a videography category.
Oh, really?
Something a lot of these competitions don't have. I'm not sure why yet.
Oh, well, then that's a sweep, baby. We're taking all that.
Yeah, we'll take it. So we took all 4. Basically, every service we offer Best of York County Susquehanna Style Magazine. That's great.
That was a drive-by.
That was great. Hit a best friend clip one time.
Well, hold on. I have to find it.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know which one.
Second
I think it's green. It's the second one.
No.
Next one. Right next to it. Right next to it.
That my best
Hey.
friend. She a real bad bitch, got her own money. No.
Sparks Entertainment. Listen, if you ever need a DJ, photographer, videographer, photo booth for any event, wedding, corporate event, anything like that, we're here. Hit us up, sparksentertainment.com. We won, baby. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We already got to Megs. Listen, we're going to do a script read.
Let's do this.
This was Justin's idea. This is going to be so much fun. He doesn't know. Let me break this down. I have a script in front of me. Everyone's going to get a copy. And Justin is going to play the role of Justin. I'm going to play the role of Levi. Obviously, we changed the name, so he doesn't know what movie this is.
Give me a brief overview of my character real quick. Give me like three things about him.
Oh, 3 things about your character?
Yeah.
You're the guy?
I'm the guy.
You're the guy. So 3 things about him. You have a shit ton of money. You are young.
And where am I from?
You are from New York. I'm not sure which part of New York.
All right, I got it.
I think Staten Island.
Rich, young, New Yorker.
Yeah, young is in like 20s, I think 30s, early 30s maybe, late 20s.
Okay, yep, I got it. I'm in there.
All right, Megs, you want to start us off? You don't have to read what says start with 82, but just the next part down. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, what happens when I don't know how to pronounce this L word?
Oh, we'll help you.
Okay.
You can just call it Lafite.
I don't even know how to say that.
You're just called wine. It's
Okay.
just wine.
Romantic, elegant, over a bottle of 53 wine. Justin sits in mid-conversation with Levi, who is stunning in a low-cut black cocktail dress.
Bay Ridge. That's near Staten Island.
Too good.
Bay Ridge. That's near Staten Island.
Brooklyn, across the Verrazzano Bridge. Genuine Gilch. Ever been?
You're Italian?
My dad's side. Also Dutch, German, English. I'm a mutt. Actually, I have family over there in London. My Aunt Emma.
That explains it then.
What?
You're a duchess. The Duchess of Bay Ridge.
Levi smiles, flags a passing waiter.
Could I have a straw, please?
The waiter nods, heads off a few beats, then.
So I was a little surprised. You asked Christy for my number.
How come?
Aren't you married?
Married people can't have friends?
Levi smiles. The waiter brings the straw. She opens it, slips it in her red wine glass, off Justin's look.
So I don't stain my teeth.
Justin's Ferrari makes its way over the bridge, heading back towards Brooklyn.
Then at night I do all my designs.
Justin drives. Levi's next to him.
An entire line of lingerie. Camel soles, bustiers, panties.
Justin glances over. Her dress is riding up her thigh.
She designs panties? Jesus fucking Christ.
Levi smiles.
Sounds like something I might invest in. Venture capital.
Well, we should definitely keep in touch then.
Absolutely.
He pulls over outside her brownstone.
That's me.
Think, Justin, think. How can you get up to her apartment?
They look at each other. We can almost hear Justin's heart pounding.
Boom, boom.
You wanna come up for some tea?
A small, cozy apartment. Levi enters. Justin closes behind. She picks up Rocky, her yapping Maltese.
It's a dog. Say hi, Rocky.
Levi waves Rocky's paw. Justin smiles.
Why don't you light a fire? I'll be right out.
Justin nods, takes in her scent as she walks away.
God, please help me. How can I fuck this girl?
As he crouches by the fireplace, his Sky pager vibrates. He checks the readout. Teresa. His face falls as he hits the silent button, mind racing with guilt.
That's it. You're leaving. You're going home to your wife.
Justin stands, turns around. Levi is in the doorway, naked except for high heels.
As you could probably guess, I fucked the goddamn brains out.
Rocky yaps
Intensely.
as Justin pounds away atop of Levi.
For 11 seconds.
Justin comes loudly.
Convulsively.
I'm sorry,
Did you?
Yeah, but I'm still hard.
Justin looks down at her.
Being inside her was like your cock went to heaven and God himself was cupping your balls.
And as they start fucking again. Do you know what movie this is?
No, what
You
is
don't know what movie
that?
this is? This is The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh my
featuring,
God.
You played the role of
My Leonardo?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
I killed that.
And I was Margot Robbie as the female.
What was the best line? What was the best line there? Like your cock went to heaven and God himself was cupping your balls. Sign me up. I should be an actor.
We should be. How was my how are our New York accents? Christina's probably gonna have something to
Yeah,
say
yours
about
can
it.
use some work, but Justin's is pretty
Nailed it.
good.
Cock and balls.
My cock and my balls.
Cock and balls.
Now you have to watch it before next week's episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
watch the
damn
movie.
it.
Dude, it's like 3 hours long.
Oh,
You won't
I
make
can't-
it.
I
You
can't
won't
commit
make
to
it.
that.
You won't make it.
I just watched
the
Straight Outta
first
Compton
half.
again last night for like the 11th time. I'm still in love with that
crazy.
movie.
All right, we're over on time. We're going to save the true story for next week.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been another episode of the
Wait.
What Are We Doing podcast.
Never mind.
What's up?
I was going to say, how are your balls this week?
Oh, they're smooth. Yeah, that ad was in the beginning of the episode because we put it in post.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, I remember that.
smoothmyballs.com/WAD. That's WAWD. Anchor.fm for any of your podcast hosting needs. Check out that sponsor as well if you're listening on Spotify. Listen, hit up whatarewedoingpod.com/links. That's the only link you need. You'll find the sponsors, where to watch, the VIP, the merch, where to listen, everything, all of our social media platforms. whatarewedoingpod.com/links. Hit it up. Justin, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah. I had
Love
fun. That was good.
Love it. Megs, thank you so much for your script reading and all of your input this episode.
Of course.
I appreciate
Good
it.
job, Megs.
Hit that outro second one time real quick. Next week, everybody. Thank you. Slide all of them down. except for the last one.
My cock and balls.